What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. Welcome back to another Sunday daily rant, or whatever you want to call it, opinion show. But it's on Giuntoli. It's been quote unquote not his week, you might say, with all the rumors being out there with Chiesa, the Chesney one, the replacement of the goalkeeper coach that sparked some reaction from Chesney in this case, and the very strange rumors that been out there and about doing their thing, suggesting that maybe the club has not clear plans, or they have clear plans, but to the fans they don't sound like clear plans, and it sounds confusing. So that's what we're going to talk about. The title of the show is Let Giuntoli Do His Thing, let him cook, let him work, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to let him work. But before we do that, like the video, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, so nothing has happened. I think like transfer news is quote unquote fun, you might say, or you absolutely hate it. We will do this on the show because that's what the channel is, But at the end of the day, you don't need to believe everything you read in the newspaper. You can react to it. Like I react to being linked to Di Lorenzo. It's horrendous. That's one of those deals I absolutely do not want to see happen. However, it's very early. Everything that's out there at this moment in time needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. There's truth, like the Chiesa, for example, the Chiesa links to Roma away from Juve. Let's call it away from Juve. You don't need to believe every single story out there. You might believe that there is an issue, in terms of he could actually leave. That you can acknowledge, and we should acknowledge. But the fact that he's going to Roma, or he's going to Napoli, it's one of those two teams. It's for 20 million euros and whatsoever, and everybody's panicking. That's too low. What about Chiesa? What about his replacement? Because if you need to believe the media, we sold all our wingers. We're selling Junior, we're selling Sule, we're selling Chiesa, and we're absolutely signing nobody. That's just not how it's going to happen, I think that's the biggest issue. Like, he needs time, and he made the decision to go with THIAGO MOTTA. If he and THIAGO MOTTA decide that we need money and I can do without Chiesa and we can reinvest that money in somebody else, sustainable on the books, the whole thing, I need to back it. Even though I might not really believe in it, I will say it. However, they need time because I cannot look into the future. Maybe it works out without Chiesa. I do not know. I have no clue. Like, I have no clue if it will work out in the future if they move on Chiesa. Nobody knows. Like, absolutely nobody knows. You can react to it and say it's ridiculous to let him go. And if you look at the links, then at this moment in time, it sounds ridiculous to let him go. But like I said, I'll give him 2 summers, but also at the end of the summer, I think somebody, when I was live, said, what do you think about the potential moves? How would you rate it? It's too early. I need to see, when the window is shut, who have we brought in? Who did we sold? How are we going to play? Are we covered? The players we are going to play in certain positions, can they cover those positions? Or is it, again, quick fixes here and there, and it's all going to fall apart throughout the season? That is the moment you make a judgment. Now, we can all overreact about the Chiesa news. It doesn't seem good. It doesn't sound good if you want Chiesa to stay. But again, you don't need to believe everything out there. A lot of things that's out there right now is also being pushed by agent. The media, Corriere dello Sport, Sazzaroni, he's still pissed Allegri got sacked. He's putting out the MOTTA stories that he's asking for crazy things, and Giuntoli is flying to Lisbon to talk to him and tell him, hey, you need to calm down. Like, that's the media playing part in messing around with what fans want to believe or hear and actually want to react to. Like, we will cover everything on this channel and we will react to it. But also, like, me personally, like I've said with the Chiesa video I made, I'm like, hold on, this sounds like the agent of Chiesa is playing a game, and Giuntoli at this moment in time is not biting. It's not playing along. He's saying, hey, if you want to leave, bring me the offer and we can sit down on the table and we can make it work. The rumors about, MOTTA doesn't like him and blah, blah, blah. Somebody leaked that. It could be the club or it could be the agent putting out there, hey, The new coach doesn't want Chiesa, so don't get pissed if Chiesa leaves. Or it's the club putting those things out there to put some pressure on Chiesa as well, you know? So, again, read everything, take it in, but calm down. Because Giuntoli deserves a shot. He deserves a shot, you know? Even if his name wasn't Giuntoli and his name wasn't Manna and he stayed, he deserves his shot. It's a big task. It's a big opportunity for him. He made the biggest decision, you know, hiring Motta, and now you need to deal with it. Now you need to work with THIAGO Motta. If he tells you, I can do without Chiesa, but I need player X still not mentioned, I'm okay with it. I want to keep Bremer because I need Bremer. I can do without Chiesa if you give him that player instead. I need a Coop Miners, I need a Calafiori, I need a Di Gregorio, whatever. If that's what Giuntoli is doing, working with what Motta wants, and even if Giuntoli is like, man, I actually want to keep Chiesa, but if you believe in a coach and he says we need money, or you tell me we need money, I need to sell a player, then I'm willing to let Chiesa go rather than a Bremer, for example. But you need to bring me in that player, you know? And Giuntoli could be like, on the books, that is sustainable. Even though I wanted to keep, you know, Chiesa, I made my bet. Now I need to lay in it. If you have Motta in, you need to back him. You cannot, again, sign Motta and then turn around and say, man, you want that, and that, but I'm not so sure. Like, I prefer to keep those players. Then again, you're giving a coach a team that he doesn't really trust. He will have a perception of a player from day one, and that will not change. That player needs to do something insane to change that, and it's probably impossible because he's not going to give him the chances he might need to convince him otherwise. So that's all I'm saying. You know, let him do his thing, and we will, or I personally will judge at the end of the ride if it's good, if it's something sustainable, if it's okay, if it's, you know, manageable, if we can compete, if we are moving into the right direction. But for now, it's June. Actually, it's June. From now until next week, before the Euro starts, not really much is going to happen. You're not going to sign a Calafiori being at the Euros, a Coop Miners being at the Euros. You're not going to sell Chiesa being at the Euros. Like, these things are not really going to happen. Shouldn't be really happening, you know? So from now until certain teams get eliminated in the Euros, it's all calm down, you know? Let's all calm down. It will explode once the Euro ends. For now, it's a lot of gossips. It's a lot of journalists and newspapers doing what they need to do, trying to sell papers and trying to piece certain informations together, leaving holes into it, filling the holes, you know, by made up potential scenarios. Could be he could leave for him, he should leave for him, or this or that. Like, that's how it works. But we need to calm down. We need to calm down at this moment in time and just sit back. And again, I don't like being linked to Di Lorenzo, but I will sit back and I'm like, okay, if you want Di Lorenzo, show me. Show me. If you want to keep Rabiot, show me. And that's it for me, you know. But it's going to be that type of summer. We know that. But yeah, that's it. You know, let me know in the comments what you think. I will be live today for the keep, loan, or sell video. So stay tuned for that. And I will speak to you guys then later on. Ciao.